or should I say 안녕하세요. 자, 제 이름은 김소연이고요. 오늘은 동기네스 키친에 제가 특별 손님으로 와서 짜파게티를 만드는 법을 알려드리려고 합니다. 그래서 앞으로 좋아요와 구독 부탁드리고요. 알림 설정까지 꼭 해주세요.
Kristin Sangsenlim is here to help us how to cook spaghetti properly. So here's the ingredients.
So, what you need is obviously spaghetti, however many you want, and some sesame seeds and sesame oil.
Let's go.
So now we have our ingredients laid out. What you need is to obviously boil water over here, which we have, and we're going to cook the noodles first. So, as the water is boiling, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when you open up the package. So, once you have the package, you can open it up like so. And inside, there are going to be three very important components. So I'm just going to show you those first. This, obviously, is the soup base. And the oil. And the flakes. So these all go in at different timings, which is very critical. So if the water is boiling, I'm just going to get the rest of the noodles out and get all of them in. And the water seems to be boiling. Ooh, so we are ready to roll. So first of all, you put the noodles to cook. So I'm just going to dump all of the noodles in there. The most Korean thing is to never forget to place them remaining in the bottom. Make sure that you're not wasting any of your precious noodles. So I would usually cook these for about maybe like a minute or two, depending on how firm you want your noodles. And I undercook it slightly because we are going to cook it again with all the sauces together. So a pro tip would be to undercook the noodles a little bit. Another Korean way of doing this is put it all at once and then just shake it so that you have it all on the bottom, and then you just open the top like this. And then these are ready to be dumped in once the noodle is cooked like this. See the in there. And another pro tip would be to let it blow on the noodles, to let it touch some air, which makes the noodles even more, I would say, it gives it a better texture in the mouth. So the more air it touches, the more, I would say, I don't know, like, better the texture of the noodles, I guess. So yeah. Also, another way that I like to do it is I put the flakes while I am cooking the noodles so that the flavor just kind of gets into the noodle as well. I think we're almost ready. I'm just going to see how much of it is cooked. Thank you. So it's a little undercooked, which is the most perfect time. So turn off your stove for a little bit, and you want to drain your noodles, which is right here. another key point is that you just want to leave just the right amount of water, enough for it to dissolve the sauce, but also help it go like kind of fuse together with the noodles. So I would say for 3 packages, I would leave like a 1/4 cup of water left in the bottom, and then I'll pour the water back in. I mean the noodles back in. So now what we are going to do, you can have the stove on now, or you can do it however you want. So this is the time to put all the soybean paste. And of course we don't want it to burn, so we're going to use the vegetable oil that comes with the package. Just going to sprinkle that on there. I'm going to put the stove back on, and I'm just going to cook it for maybe like 30 seconds, enough for it to mix. And this is also one of the reasons why I undercooked the noodles a little bit, so that I know that I am going to mix it and cook it again. So in this process, the noodle gets a little bit more cooked. Add not half a cup, but maybe like 3 big spoons of the broth. Yeah, so we can, if Chef Donginas can help us. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. So we cannot forget the last and probably the most important ingredient. The sesame oil and the sesame seeds. Ta-da! So, usually how Koreans cook is you put sesame oil at the very ending stage of the whole cooking process because it's very sensitive to heat. And you can just put a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon, maybe like a teaspoon. I need to mix that up. Koreans love sesame oil. We can already see how it's getting a little bit more. Ooh, the gloss almost. We got that sesame oil gloss. The sesame glow. All right. And now for the plating. How I do it. So how I like to do it is just take a big chopstick full of it. The final touch will be. And if you want to do full-on Korean, you could have some fried egg on the side, and that will be